Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Jeff Hockman with SRL Solutions, Self-Reliance Through Preparation. Today's topic is how to process or butcher the front shoulder of a deer. Today I'm going to be showing you how to butcher the front shoulder of a deer. Now, part of self-reliant living and being a deer hunter is trying to use every part of the deer, at least it should be. The first thing you want to do is make sure your fillet knife is sharp enough. Now, what I like to do is just go backwards with the blade on the sharpener a few times at maybe a 30-degree angle, and then go the opposite way towards the blade. It makes this job so much easier when you have a sharp knife. Now, the first thing you want to do is stand it up on end. Now, one thing you want to look for is right around here, there's a ball joint, of course, where they move. And on this side of the leg is the shoulder blade, and this is the leg part. Now, I want to separate it for several reasons. It makes it easier to take the meat apart, but also if you use the bones for bone broth, which is something I highly suggest because it is so incredibly healthy for you and so tasty. But the blade part doesn't have a whole lot of marrow in it, which doesn't really give you a whole lot of use. And it takes up a lot of room in your freezer if you don't want to cook it right away. So what you want to do is come down right around this area of where this two sections of meat come together and go down straight down. You want to go towards this. There's the ball joint right around here. We want to find the middle part where the ball goes into the receiver part of it. So you go down and you kind of pull it apart. There we go. I didn't cut down far enough. There's a piece of, if you see it right here, there's a ball and there's some tendon down there. If you hit the tendon, it'll just, if you saw the blade just kind of opened up a little bit. So you want to come down towards the blade, in between the blade here and the ball, and then when you get past it, below it there's going to be a little section of cartilage there. You want to go towards the blade with your knife, and boom, there you go. So you see the ball right there, and now we have the blade separate. So what we want to do then is take the blade, take the flat part of it, the back side of it. You want to come towards. Now be careful with, I want to buy one of those gloves where you don't cut your, they're made out of Kevlar or something that don't cut your hand off, but you just come and just start shaving the meat backwards off of this. I mean, look at all that good meat that we have there. There's meat right here against, I mean, look at all that meat. All right, so on this side you can see right here there's a line that goes across, and that's, I don't know what you want to call it, but the vertical part of the blade. You cut right along it, and then you turn your knife when you hit bone. There's another section of meat. Go on the other side of it and do the exact same thing when you hit bone. Just turn your knife and cut down the blade. There's a little bit of meat right there that I missed. Always cut away from yourself, which sometimes I forget about. So there's the blade, as you can see. Now there's not much marrow. If you wanted to, you could get a Sawzall right here. I mean, there might be some cartilage and stuff around there that you could use. And I'll show you some other time on a video actually how to use the bones to make bone broth. So you take this section of it. Right here is the elbow, I guess it would be considered. Just cut down and follow the bones. That's how easy this is. I don't know why more people don't do it. I mean, if you take your deer to a processor, they're going to use it all. But that's not what we do here, is it? Self-reliant living is doing it on your own and learning how to do it, if nothing else, just in case you have to. But it saves a lot of money. And my boys, I have 4 boys, they love helping me out. And it's teaching them self-reliant living. I'm leaving them a legacy of knowing how to fend for themselves if they have to. Okay. So there we go. Got a little bit of meat right here. And then what I do, when this bone right here, I'll cut it into little pieces and I'll use it, I'll throw it in the freezer. And then when I'm ready, when I got a couple, yeah, I don't know, 3 deer, I'll take those bones and I'll cook them for a couple days in water and make bone broth, and it's just amazing. Now I have a scale over here. Let's see how much we got. 6 pounds of meat off of 1 shoulder. Got 2 shoulders deer. 12 pounds of ground meat. And it's that simple. And you got bones for bone broth. Thanks for watching this episode. I hope it was instructional. If you could click on the little red button that says subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. And you can keep checking back in for weekly updates. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments section with whatever comments or questions you may have and interacting with you, my fans, and get any information to you that I can that's relevant to the question. And if you also want to see something in an episode, I'll be happy to give you credit for it and also get the information together for you. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+, the space station, wherever social media is next. Click on more of my videos to expand your knowledge and become more self-reliant as we learn together.